Hi everybody, it's Michelle. Welcome back, and hello to all the newbies that have joined. I see there are so many more people that have joined, and I appreciate each and every one of you. If you have any questions, I always try to respond to the comments. I'm a little behind now, but also my followers love to help each other too, okay? So for Valentine's, there was a lot of you who wanted like a loaded bag type thing to stick all your tuck-ins in. So I thought, how about a loaded bag album? So it does look like a loaded bag, right? But it's actually an album. So you could obviously, you know, do it this way if you want, but if you want that loaded bag effect, you can make it like this. And I have it so it's hidden, kind of like a hidden hinge album. It would be great for like, you know, like this would be great for like seeds, if you're swapping seeds, any tuck in. I want to show you, like I have it pretty flat and I don't have a gazette on the side, but like this is just a piece of chocolate. So I want to show you, I'm just going to stick that in there, but you're going to have lots of wiggle room because these pages separate. So when you add, you know, something thick in it, even though it doesn't have the gazette, it's very forgivable still. So like this is just another piece of chocolate and you can see how they'll stack up. So, I mean, you can customize this to a gazette, but I have made this extremely easy. And let me just show you some of the tuck-ins here. I just kind of put something for color. This next pocket, I have just a small little card in here. And I just made a pretty Project Life card to stick on it. What happened to Project Life cards? I don't really see them that often anymore. But I love decorating them. I think they're so much fun. Here I just stuck in a vellum envelope in the front. You don't have to do that. You can just, you know, add pretty things or maybe a little mini envelope. I have a shaker in here. I have a great tutorial on a variety of shakers and how I like to make mine. So I kind of made it like one of those examples. And then here I just kind of took one of my leftover scraps and made this side pocket here, just to add something. So, you know, everyone loves surprises, right? And then this last one, I made these cute, just simple embellishments, and you guys have seen me make embellishments. I make them as easy as pie, and pie's actually not that easy for me, by the way, but I'm gonna make a couple with you guys today, because I know you guys like to decorate like me, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, I have made this so simple, okay? But I want you to make sure you follow my lead because I kind of do it a certain way. So, all right, first, what I want you guys to do to make this easy is I want you to grab all your papers and how we're going to stack them from smallest to largest. So for our first sheet of paper, we're going to get a 3 by 8.5 inch paper. And this is going to be easy. As you can see, you're going to understand what I'm doing. Next one is going to be 4 by 8.5. Okay. So 3 by 8.5, 4 by 8.5, 5 by 8.5, and 6 by 8.5. Now this is obviously so easy. So if you want to change your measurements to 9, 4 by 9, you know, you just go up a number and just however you want to do it, okay? So 3 by 8.5, 4 by 8.5, 5 by 8.5, and 6 by 8.5, okay? Now we are going to score every single one of these exactly the same. So, because they are the same pocket size, okay? So grab your scoreboard. Now, every single page, we will be scoring at the 8.5 inch mark, 4 and 8 inches, okay? And that is it. So I'm going to start with my smallest one. And it doesn't really matter which side because you're going to close it. So I'm just going to go ahead and score at 4 and 8. All right, because this, and do not seal this because we need it to stay open. So you're just going to close it and it's just going to all look like this. Okay, so that's how we're going to get our little pockets. Now let me do the rest of mine. Again, 4 and 8 inches. And I'll close them all when I'm done, so you don't have to watch me fold every single one this second. 4 and 8. Let me take off these clips off my paper. I thought this way would be easier than, you know, doing them each. Again, 4 and 8. And last one, 4 and 8. So simple, right? Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and put these aside. And we're going to do our accordion, which is very simple, okay? We're going to take a 4x4 sheet of paper and we're just scoring it at every 1/2 inch. That's it. So I'm going to leave this here for those who need it, but I will say it out loud. Here, can I set this up for you? It's just 1/2 inch, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, and 3.5, okay? And you're not gonna see this, so this can be just a scrap sheet of paper. So 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, and 3.5. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and fold this back and forth. It's a little sloppy right now. I feel like I may regret that. Okay, so we're gonna have 4 of these. Now, probably the easiest way to do this, which is probably go ahead and get these all taped down. So you're gonna have 4 divots, or pivot to divot. Divot, I think it would be. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, to make it easier, I feel like I wanna glue it, but I'm afraid I'm not gonna dry it in time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tape this, and this tape is not thick enough. I do have a thicker tape, it's too thick. So, okay, so there's that first one. Just going to do that, okay? You just want to make sure you have 4 of these. Okay, and then I'm just going to do the next one. Let me go ahead and tape these down, actually. Get them out of the way. So I'm just going to do 1, and then we should have to do it 3 times. So it's just like every other box. You could even do this as you go along, but I realized that might be a really, that's what I did, but I know from my followers, it just might be too much. This is like an easier way. And I get a lot of questions like, why don't I use my bone folder before I do this so the tape's easier, things like that. You guys, I just do it as I go along, and I'm very, I don't want to say I'm a lazy person, but when it comes to doing things properly when I craft, I am. So there's 2. I'm just going to close this one off, 3, and then 4. So you're going to have this. Okay, so let's start with the first pocket. Okay, so I'm just going to grab the front one right here. And I'm grabbing the smallest one, obviously, which is going to be your 3 by 8.5. Okay, this is just for the others who may not know what I'm saying. And what I did was I opened this up here. And this is why I said do not close it yet. Do not seal it. And then you're going to take it and you're basically just going to go ahead and close this right here. So the reason why I don't want you to close it first is because you really want to make sure this fits. And if you don't score it right, it will not fit right. So make sure it fits right. And we're going to go ahead and seal it. So mine here, it looks like I scored it a little wonky. So what I'm going to do to fix that is I'm just going to go ahead and chop off these sides. And that's going to fix that. And I'm going to seal it, okay? So I'm going to glue it on the back of this page. So let me glue the back, because remember, you're gonna have stuff going inside. So you wanna kind of put it against like the wall, if that makes sense. Put it against the wall. And make sure everything folds back okay. So make sure you kind of go like this so that it's all gonna stack up. And then you're just gonna seal this. And voila, there's gonna be our first pocket. Okay, so I'm gonna actually cut this little thing off. You don't have to, but I don't really need it. So I'm going to do that. And shut it. Okay, that's gonna be our first pocket. Now we're just moving to the second one, which is gonna be our 4 by 8.5. And this is all we're doing. I'm just gonna do this. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just cut all these so I don't have a problem shutting this. Because my scores are more than likely wonky. They always are. And you're just going to paste it on the back and just keep going. So simple, right? That's how I got this effect. Now that I'm doing it this way with the tape, I feel like it might have been easier the other way I did it. I kind of just glued it down as I went along. But this is fine too. And make sure it's really, make sure everything is running smooth when you do this. So it's not interfering with your pages that are like, you know, overlapping. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue. And just glue this. Wait a minute, I realized I didn't put glue on my, did I put glue on the top here? Oh well, I'll have to go back and do that. I did not, because I see it coming up now. Well, let me glue this part down. So you can see it's already forming. We got the first 2 pages. Now we're just going ahead and doing the rest. So next, I'm going to add my 5 by 8.5 page. Let me just fold this down. Let me cut this off so I don't have problems. Let me go ahead and do my other one too. But this is really a fun way to do it. And loaded bags are pretty easy too, but I like that you have all that wiggle room in between. So again, I'm just gonna glue the back. Or tape it, whatever you wanna do. And then just make sure it's running smooth. Always, always make sure it's all running smooth. Okay, oops. Okay, now I'm just gonna glue my stuff down. Sorry, I'm trying to do it so that you guys can see it instead of laying flat like this. So it's really hard for me to hold this up and do it at the same time, if that makes sense. Okay, and I'm gonna close that. Okay, and then we have one more. But see how nice it looks? It just looks really nice because you can't see any of that. So last one, and it doesn't matter if this score is on this side or that. It's just, as long as it closes, that's all the goal is, okay? So your paper may have the score on this side or this, doesn't matter. Whatever direction paper. So that's the best part about this. If you make a mistake on which side, it doesn't really matter. Okay, and again, I'm just putting in the last back. I guess we'll call it a back wall, right? And then we're going to put it on the back wall and close this up. Holy cow, you guys. It turned into spring really quick here, and I don't think I'm ready for it. As much as I complained, it has gotten really hot really, really fast. And it's actually supposed to cool down tomorrow, but I'm like feeling my allergies or something. I'm feeling a little off. But then again, everything's kind of going on with the Ukraine and Russia. So I feel a little off today. Does anyone else feel off? I thought I would make this video because I was like, okay, I can't watch the media anymore. It's going to make me too sad. I've got to make a video, especially for those who are on the same page as me. So, voila, there it is. We've got all of it. And if you want to make a little half moon on each of them, go ahead and do that. All right, so let's decorate this, and I'll show you the little sizes I'm using inside. So on pocket number 1, just that little tiny paper sticking out, which I didn't even decorate. It's just a 3 by 3.5 size. I'm sure you guys have things that you are going to add in here, but in case you want it, I'm going to make it. Wait, this is double-sided. Okay, I'll use this. Let me put a sticker in the front or an embellishment to make this pretty. And see. I really should look through these before I do my video instead of doing this when I get on here. Some see a weed, others see a wish. Oh, that is so sweet. Okay, let's add that because it looks similar. I'm going to use my thing. So, my thing, double-sided foam tape, you guys. See what I mean? I'm just like, duh, right now. All right, and then I added a little piece of twine. If you want to make it pretty and just stand out, you can do that. And also, if you want to close this album, you can wrap it around the whole thing so that when you have it in the mail or something, but I didn't do that. Or if you want, you could add little pieces of Velcro in between the pages so they can kind of open it up. And you can make it like kind of like a pocket that way too. You could also put this inside of a mini album. I've seen kind of techniques kind of like that. I really wanted to make this frilly with things sticking out because, you know, I like to make it a little 3D, but this set didn't actually have like that kind of an ephemera pieces. So here we go. I just put a little thing there. Okay, and the next page, I just added like a die piece here. And put that right here. Okay, so pocket number 2, what did I say? So that was my little card that I made, and it's just a 7.5 by 4 inch. Whoa, almost made it through that crack. Okay, it's just a 7.5 by 4 inch paper, and I just folded it in half. Wait, I don't want it. I love you, bees. We went through this already, but I don't want you on the cover. All right. So that's how I made the card. That's just the measurement for that. And I'm going to put just something on the front. I'm using some foam tape, which I am getting all over the place here. I love these enamel dots that came with the kit. So I'm actually using 2 different collections here. I'm using the spring and Easter one. I'll list them both, but I used Easter for the first album, and this album I'm using the spring, just in case for you guys who have it. And I'm going to stick that in there. So you can see it's already coming to life. Okay, oh yeah, I did that vellum pocket. I hate when I think I'm done scoring and I'm not. But this is going to be really easy. I'll show you my easy way I usually make my vellum pockets. So this is just a 4.5 by 8 inch paper. And I'm just going to score it at the 1/2 inch mark and both sides basically. So I'm doing it here, 1/2 inch, and here, 1/2 inch. So for those who are newbies, you don't really have to measure them. You could do this with anything and just fold it. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that. And then I'm just going to fold it to the end. So that's usually how I do it. But I always write my measurements down for you guys. Hold on, I can't see what I'm doing with this vellum. I just fold it in half. And then I just snip anywhere. I usually just pick a side. Sometimes I do on this side, sometimes I do on the other side. And I cut that little square out. Oh, that's uneven. See, you guys, I'm not perfect with the vellum either. I should have scored that a little deeper. So I'm just going to go ahead and close this. And again, if you want it to not show, drag it out so it doesn't show on your vellum. Okay, now let me fix this because I scored it really terrible. Again, just rub it out so you don't see the squiggles. See, and it doesn't look as bad. Otherwise, you would definitely see a harsh line there. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that down. I'm just going to use, I guess, some regular double-sided tape. And just stick it on the back here. Okay, I'm just going to stick this in here, just like a little project card, just to show you that something is in there. And then pocket, wait, nope, that's not right. Pocket number 3 was just a 3 3/4 by 5 inch card. And on this one, I just stuck a Project Life on there. Let me just show you, it sticks out. So I'm going to corner around this. And I'm going to add a piece of foam tape on the back. So like if they want to grab it, they can, and put it in album. And I like to add things on it, but since we're kind of doing this tutorial, I'm just going to stick some of these little dots here. Just kind of anywhere. But you can obviously add things on there. Let's just see how it looks. So what I meant by like, I wish I had more like dies was I would have probably had some, you know, like flower pieces or something like hanging from the side. So please, if you're doing this with a different kind of paper and you have that kind of stuff, do that. Okay, so last pocket is going to be 3.5 by 6 inch paper sticking out. Now, this is where I did my little embellishments. So that's this last one right here, and I did these. So let's just do a couple of these really quick. Oh, sorry, that was my ginger candy that I didn't get to. All right, so here we go. I'm just gonna put that here. Oh goodness, I hope I wasn't doing that the whole time. I was a little short down there. All right, so I'm going to take, holy cow, hold on, let me clear this off. Give me 1 second. I got all these like sticky notes and tape on the side. Let me put this in my little recycling bin here. Okay. All right. Now, let me grab some of these. So I punched these scalloped circles out right here. I believe these are the 2-inch ones. And I've showed you guys how I make these, but maybe for the newbies who haven't seen me make embellishments, this is an easy way I make mine. And these are my 2-inch little circles that I punched out. So just adding some double-sided foam tape on here. And I'm going to stick it on that one. And I'm going to use a different one for this. So there's 2 different ones. And then I just pick one of these type of small embellishments. So if you don't have this from your kit, what you can do, and this is just another idea, is just take a piece of scrap paper and maybe take like a 1-inch punch and cut them out, you know, from your papers. So you have, you know, another little embellishment if you need it, okay? So I'm just going to use what I have here, and I'm going to add some more double-sided foam tape. And just stick that on there. And this is a different one, but here's my stickers. So this kind of looked really flat. So what I usually do if I don't have like a chipboard type thing, I take my sticker and I add foam tape to it so that it pops out just a little bit. Hold on, this one's a little high. And foam tape is definitely more forgiving than regular tape. That's why I like using it on these. Okay, I didn't put my foam tape even, so just ignore that. But that is that. And then if you want to take your little enamel dots just to give it a little bit more dimension, you can do that. I'm just going to take this and put it on the back. So I have my first one. And I put that foam tape on it even, so this is why it's, I knew that was going to happen, but I just did it anyway. See what I mean? How sloppy I can be. Okay, so there's that one. And then the next one, I have this, but I wish, I'll use it. I wasn't sure if it was going to be too floral. So again, just adding a little piece of foam tape. And a flower. Let me see. I'm just going to go ahead and stick it down so I don't look like a fool again with my double-sided foam tape. And I'm going to just stick some more foam tape on the back and pop it on. Let's see how simple that is just to make, like, you know, this. So I think that's our last piece. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that in. Oh wait, no, we got one more. We have this pocket here, and that little pocket, which was really quick, is just a 3 by 5.5 inch paper. And you can just make a little thing here. I didn't squirt or anything. And just add some glue. And pop it on there. Again, you could add envelopes, more pockets on every page. It's just really up to you. Okay, I gotta take this out. I got this to have this dry. And then you can just stick a little note or card in there, or mail tag, or whatever it is. And you could even put a little tab on the side. That would be cute too. So that's just going back in. And here's our album. All done. It is so simple, so easy, lots of fun. And again, you could always do it this way, whichever way you guys want to do it. So thanks you guys for joining me. Hope you like this fun little loaded bag. And I have some more projects coming, of course. And I'll see you guys soon.